Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, this is the first Seaport event, and I managed finally to climb to the 5th spot itself. You can see me starting a bit early for this time round. Normally I'll start quite late, but for this event I'm going to start early because I just want to collect more and more of the Seaport coins, because the Seaport event comes twice a year, and I wanted to collect more of them so that I can exchange for at least and get my last legendary in Britain, legendary train. I'm missing of one, and I really wanted that legendary train. The last Seaport event I didn't manage to get it. The previous one also I didn't manage to get it. I got a lot of duplicates legendary, but not the one that I missed. So I really hoped I could get that last train in Region 1. Of course, then after which I could then move on to do Region 2 and Region 4. So those are the three regions that I need to work on first. But that said, quite lucky in the current region, Canada. I've already fulfilled all the trains requirements and all the collected. So like I say here, there are two rewards here. One, of course, is the long-awaited opportunity to get the old trains, and the other one that, of course, there's still as per normal the reward path along the way. So prepared for this for some time already, as I mentioned in the previous video. I wanted to basically collect all the items and store them in the warehouse, store them in the factory, waiting for this day to happen. I'm letting all go. I'm not waiting to withhold basically my leveling up, because if it's a Seaport event, I already mentioned, I'll just go all the way because this is hard to come by. So very unfortunate. We are really very close to 300. That would mean that I may have a good chance starting at the start of the next event. Maybe the first competition will be crossed over the 300 already, or who knows, maybe at the end of this very short 5 days Seaport event I may rush up to 300, because looking at the number of XP that they're giving us is quite a lot. So they are basically trying to rush up us to level up. This is something that I do not want to do, really, because we all know that TrainStation 2 is a bit strange. The faster you level up, the more disadvantage you are in, because if you're not well prepared in terms of foundation, in terms of not getting sufficient parts or gold, or even those metal keys, when you go to the next region, you start with 1 or 2 trains, I think you'll be a loser throughout the whole event. So this is something that I'm really afraid of. But of course, although I have 2,000 over keys already, my target is at least 3,000. But that said, that may be possible, because if every time we level up, there are still a good number of keys given to us. Alright, so we started, and I'm just going to collect the Seaport items from these boats, and then later on we can transport them to the captains. So that is basically how it works for the Seaport event. There are two parts to it. One, you give your items to exchange for Seaport items, and in return of that, you can pass on to the sailors, who are then waiting for you to deliver to them using your trains itself. Okay, so that's how it works for this. So that's it. It's not totally complicated. I think I remember the first time we played the Seaport event, it was really complicated because there's this two-step approach. And not to forget, you can actually get another boat for free by watching a video, but it only happens once in a while. That's it for the event pass. If you're into spending real cash to buy event pass, may I urge you, do not buy it first. Once you have completed to the last reward, then you buy your activate your pass itself, because there are times whereby you may not be able to complete that whole reward path, and even you buy your event pass, you can't get the final reward itself. So there's a waste of funds. So I mean, I trust some people would prefer to spend real money to buy event pass for your own consumption in terms of a hobby. But that's it. This is different for me. I'm a free-to-play, so I'm not into event pass, and I won't understand why. So of course, I think it's more of a hobby collection. By all means, I mean, you have my respect for that. So that's it for free-to-play players. Really, you should take full advantage of this event. You should continue to keep on sending the items and then to the boats, and then try to get the items first. Unless your warehouse is like mine is so tiny, it's always full, then you have no choice but probably send out to fulfill the captains first, and then we'll wait for the trains to come back. Because end of the day, you got to balance it out. I mean, if you have a lot of items that's ready to send to the captains and you take a while, then by all means you can do delivery. But you try to avoid the situation whereby your trains are back and you can't send it out to the captains because you are stuck by the fact that you don't have items to be sent. And why do you not have items? It's because you didn't collect them in the first place, because you didn't prepare for items to send to the boats, and without that you can't get the event items to send to the captain. So generally this is how it works in like a circular motion. So it's you step A, clear the boats, get the items. Step B, pass it to the captains. Alright, so in between you gotta insert in terms of balancing, like how do you then balance this off. I mean, you could if you use 50-50 approach, which means that you want to use 50% of your resources, trains, dispatcher, to send goods, and then the remaining 50% of your dispatchers leave behind and then do in terms of the delivering to the boats. That's perfectly fine, but that means that you're always on the game. That's only if you are having those kind of luxury of time. If not, you're the ones of those like mine, you only log into the game like once every an hour or so, then probably you want to plan to send all your trains out to collect the items for the boats before you send out the trains to the captains itself. So these are the two so-called approach generally people use. There's one more approach to share. It's basically like 80% strategy that is sent out to dispatch the captains, and then you leave 20% of the dispatcher. So assuming using 10, that'd be easy to explain. You have 10 dispatcher, you just send out 8 and then leave behind 2 for you to do your routine jobs like claiming items to the factories to build stuff and such, so that you can fulfill the shipped so-called boat requirement. So these are the 3 approaches. I mean, if you have more different approaches, you can share with me, but generally this is how I work out. Sometimes I'm just gonna depends on the situation. I may switch in between or do a hybrid of it. Alright, let's see what we get. Alright, we got a rare train from here. Nothing much to shout about. It's a 3-star container. It should be better. It should be at least an epic or legendary, right? That's what you hope for. But as I mentioned, it's all random. So do not spend your metal keys into 2-star containers. Totally not worth it. Just spend it on those 1 stars. It's totally random after all, okay? So it doesn't really matter. You get 2 chances instead of 1. Alright, so that's it. Another container we collected, and this is part and parcel of the rewards chart itself. And there are quite a bit of blue maps to be collected. Otherwise, you may have to do quite a number of ship trades, or you have to push away those upgrading or building requests that requires blue maps. So generally, this is how it works. To climb to the top 5 already at last. That's something that I've been working for a couple of hours. I mean, I started earlier, so I think the competitor seems a bit tougher than usual. Although that said, continue to strive for it, and then let's see how it work out. So far so good. Having all those items stored in a warehouse is really perfect, because as when you have it, you just bring it out and then give it, and that will be it. So that's it. Of course, not everything you can prepare for. You don't know what will come out, and unless you have a super huge warehouse, otherwise you can't really do that. That for me is really terrible. Alright, so do remember to watch those videos and whatnot to claim your gems, especially Apple players. Android players, you can continue to do your games connection to TrainStation. Playing by those games, you got maybe a few tens of gems or hundreds of gems. But for Apple players, no choice. You can keep on watching the 1 gem video, or you can do the survey for 2 or 3 gems. Alright, so that's no choice. That's part and parcel of how you work out for this game itself. So that's it. Just trying to do my routine job, trying to fulfill all the items. At the same time, going to work out to see whether there's opportunity for population upgrade as well. I can see warehouse full again. It's always that problem. Alright, do not spend gems on calling the ship back, alright, the boat back. That's something you got to avoid, definitely. No gems should be spent in this mini event itself. You wait it for probably the European Revolution that's coming about. Alright, so coming towards the event of this event, I'll probably show you the chart once more. I think you should retain the top 5. And then you're going to do a bit last bit before I send out the trains all over again and take a break for another hour or so. Okay. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe, and I wish you good luck in this event. Goodbye.